With Imagination Creation Films. And you know what? It is the absolute first of the, well, it's actually the third of 2020. And I haven't been on in a while, and I think it's time for a live stream. Oh, yeah, we are back. We are live, and I don't know where my chat window is. This is really kind of nice. Wow. Okay. Where's my chat? That'd be super helpful if I could see it right now. Well, this is going to be very interactive. Hello, YouTube. How are you guys doing? It's the January 3rd, and I took a little bit of a break, a much needed break. You know, we all just kind of, I'm just going to stare at my computer while I try to find, where's the chat window? Seriously, that is beyond silly. There's no chat window. You guys are there. I see you, every single one of you. That's cool. Wow. Well, all right then. I guess I will monitor my own stream here and watch the chats that way. Wow. Yeah. I mean, it would not be a patented Scott Balcom live stream if I didn't completely mess it up somehow, some way. But yeah, okay. We got Bill out there. We've got Jim Shields. Hey, buddy. We got Allie out there. How's it going? And yeah, hopefully the audio is going good. I didn't check that ahead of time, but I see it. It's not going pop, 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 pop. So we're good there. Lighting's a little different. Table's a little different. We haven't fixed the back yet. Got hat's a little different. It's a new year. It's time for a new hat. Well, we'll wear this one today because I had the microphone on it. Yeah, it's good. Alex, hey, how's it going? Yep. Bill's calling out the lens. Yes, the probe lens. It is. Where is my chat? This is so weird. I've never seen. I mean, it isn't just me. I know that Linus Tech Tips, every time they try to use the new streaming format, something is broken in it. And so it's not just me. I don't have my drink, though. That stinks. So I definitely don't feel like it's me. It's probably me, but it may not be me. But how is everyone? Happy New Year to you, Alec. Oh, boy. We're going to be rubbing the eyeball here. That's going to turn red before you know it. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you closed out 2019 with some fantastic stuff. I was going to do one of those cheesy video. In fact, you know, let me just do it. You got to be cheesy. If you're going to be cheesy, be cheesy. Yeah, this was literally what I had planned for just a Happy New Year video because, I mean, clearly I wasn't prepared and I was still enjoying my break. But, you know, as we venture off into 2020, this is the new video, we must take a look back at 2019. Yep, 2019. See, literally, I had it all printed and ready to go. I avoided doing it. I don't know why. Actually, I probably know why. So let's see here. I'm going to have to pop this out. There's just no way for me to do it otherwise. I just need that off to the side so that I can, okay. I just need to see. All I need to do is see. I just want to, really? Come on now. There we go. So now I can see your chat. I'm literally watching my own live stream. It's a little voyeuristic, but I can actually see you guys now. It looks like I'm streaming. Yep, analytics are good. Ooh, look at all that watch time. I like that. You guys rock. So what all did everybody do over the holidays? I rested quite a bit. I did some kind of planning. Some seeking, some mental preparedness, and I'm ready to take on this new year. I really am. This year is going to be amazing, and last year was great. It was slow, but as I ventured off into full-time filmmaking, I did not expect it to be, boom, Scott's amazing, everybody hires Scott. I didn't expect that right off the bat. So it's part of the whole adjustment here. And I'm on track. I'm fine with that. And I'm excited for 2020 because 2020 is doubling down. And I am excited to be working with so many great companies that they believe in me enough to help, and not financially, but with gear to check out and test them. Like Venus Optics, Laowa. I've got this probe lens on loan. Let me stop this. I don't need to see that. It's on loan from them, so I'll be checking that out over the next few weeks and taking you along for the ride. I've also still got the lens over there. That's the big, beautiful, out of our minds cinema zoom, the 25-100. This thing is it's a workhorse. I'll tell you that. It has got some really. What is the best way to describe it? It's got a one size fits most image. The best way, it's not like clinical. It's not super flary. It's not a lot of things. But what it is powerful, clean, crisp. It's heavy, but it's a good cinema lens. It's a T2.9. It is a 25-100 zoom on a PL or EF interchangeable. It's good. Look for a good video on that one coming out soon. Let's see what we got here. Tony Edwards, hey buddy, how's it going? New Year's Eve day was great. Amy and I binged 7 episodes of The Watchmen. CG, how goes it? Kevin Kelly, hey, how's it going, Kevin? Alex, get any good Christmas presents? What did I get? I got, I'll disclose what I got later on. What else did I get? I got some steak knives from my daughter and son-in-law from the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is one of my favorite teams. Let's see. I got a new wallet. I got one of those new little tiny wallets. It's perfect. Let's see here. Is that Milla's World? What is it? Or is that Malia? That's Milla. Milla's? Or Milia's? Probably Milia's. Hello, Scott. Let's talk Komodo. Let's talk Komodo. Jim Seal says all about that rest, ready to hit 2020. Yeah, baby. Komodo 1280 native ISO. It is not 1280 native ISO. I can tell you that right now. And the reason I know that is that native ISO has not been set. And if you understand how Red works, there's a lot of magic that goes into it, and it's not a native 1280. It's not done. It's really not. We really want to know your opinion on the Dragon 6K. Boom. This is the Dragon 6K right here. This was literally the coolest Christmas present I got, which was the free firmware upgrade from 5K to 6K. And boom, it is that. I mean, if you want to see some Dragon 6K, I've got this cute little demo I just shot with this just yesterday. A friend of, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. Or was it the day before? It was yesterday. No, it was the day before. We had friends over. He brought his guitar. I said, let's lay that guitar down and get some cool shots. Versus the 5K. I'll get that in just one second. Did I hold a Komodo like Vincent? Not yet. I have not held one yet. JJ, what's up, man? Hey, what's up, JJ? Man, we got a lot of people. Love it. Abu, hey, how's it going? Yay. Hey, Scott, great to see you here. Finally caught alive. Well, I haven't been living for a while. Let's see. Photography with Tony Edwards. For New Year's, I made a YouTube video. Yes, you did. And that's awesome. And good job. Super G-Man dude. Yo, bro, I need help. I have muscular dystrophy and bone marrow and will die in a few months and need advice from you, please. Okay. I'm such a rebel, Tony. Yep. I've heard that. My question is, no, it's not. But watch this. Bye-bye. Yep. See, you're going to have to get up a little earlier than me. And you got to realize underneath this is a bunch of gray hair. And you know what comes with gray hair? Experience. So do you think I would read that out loud? No. Let's see here. Harold. Hey, Harold. How are you? We want to see it right now. You want to see it right? Okay, hold on one second. Let me catch up to all these chats real quick. Happy New Year's, Abel. How's it going? 16 watching Bill. Yep. Nick Troll. Yes, Troll by Troll. He's definitely gone. Okay. Do you think that the 6K foot? Yeah. No, absolutely. Let's talk real quick about Epic 6K. Let me throw this video out here. Check this out. That is actually Bill Hertzing's guitar, if you see him in chat there. Duckster Flipsy, wow, can't wait to see what you type next. CG says, that's sick, thank you, bro. Alex is drooling a little bit, so cinematic, yeah, well, I think so. And I'll talk into the details of how we shot that. I am going to do a full video, because I've definitely been teasing the whole Kessler motion control and doing a full cinematic everything. All right. And hide. And we will go ahead and just report you. And report, yep. All right. Yep, boom. Okay, so we're going to wait for him to show back up again, because clearly he's not going to get the hint, but he will. He will. Let's see here. All right, so we've got... let's see. Cinematic 6K. All right. That always throws me off just a little bit, but now I'm on my game. So yes, it was a fast, simple firmware upgrade because as I showed in the video, every 5K Dragon is actually a 6K. So is it Mia or Milia or Milla? Give me some help here, because I'm going to be using your name, so might as well get it right. Ray, thank you. Let's see here. Is it better? Yes. So I had previously the Epic Dragon 6K, and moving to this one, the one thing, the only thing that I missed from the previous gen was the 6K. And so when he said that he could enable it, I was ecstatic. I was truly ecstatic, and he did. He did it for free. So, I mean, just out of the box, boom, 6K. And we'll talk about C500 Mark II here in just a second. Resolution does matter. And the reason it matters, I'll give you a prime example. Bye. Another one. Yep, another one bites the dust. And report. Bye-bye. Boom, 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 boom. And all right, we got the new guy. We're going to go ahead and report you because we already know what you're about to do. Because guess what? I happen to know people and you're not people. Okay. Let's see. Gabe Itch. True. All right, Gabe. Waiting for your next comment, Gabe. Let's see. So is it important when you need to punch in? Yes, exactly right. On that one video with this, I rotated 180 degrees and I didn't do it with motion control. I could have. It would have just taken a lot more work. But it's really, really good. Yeah, Allie, I'm so on with that. Would you like to be moderator? You are now moderator. Be good. Yeah, now I can concentrate. Allie, if you got to go, let me know. Watch John. He's about to be the next one. And go ahead and just report him. Get him out of there. So yeah, punching in. When you are rotating 180 degrees, obviously when you turn to the side and you're shooting at 6K, you're at 6K by 3,300, I think, is when you're at 9 by 16 mode, you're at like 3,300 width. So being able to punch in a little bit, and it puts it down to just a little over 3K, 3.5K, but I'm exporting out at 4K as my typical. So I can zoom in. So if you looked really carefully at that video, you'll see it kind of starts in with a 200% zoom. And then as it gets past the vertical point, so as it gets past this point, right about here is the maximum, it's the maximum angle that would show black. So I'm punched into about 207%, and then it pulls out. It also gives it some really nice effects in the process. Gabe, waiting for you. There we go. Gabe is saying things that don't match, so Allie, keep your eye on him. That's what's amazing about the Dragon City. Yeah, so also another thing to think about, and there is noise. Dragon is not an ultra clean sensor. If you give it light, it's phenomenal. When you keep it black shaded, it's great. But when you get into low light scenarios, it is going to show a little bit of noise. And that's the nature of the beast. It's not a Gemini, it's not a Monstro. Helium is a little cleaner than this, but I mean, there are benefits of Dragon over Helium and all those. But 6K down to 4K, you get to sample way more pixels, which means you get to eliminate noise on your recompose when you're recompressing. So, I mean, it's great. It really is. It is good stuff. And Allie, man, you're doing awesome. So, Komodo, let's see. We want to talk about Komodo. So Komodo, let's see. What do I know on Komodo that is new and greatest and latest? It is not native 1280. There are a couple of people who keep repeating that, and it's not true. Komodo is a whole new sensor, but it is using traits from all of the sensors that they've learned. I know that the physical Komodo is not done yet. They still are tweaking it and trying to break it. The software is not done yet. The color science is not done yet. There's so much of it that is not done. Would you say that Dragon holds the highlights better than Helium? Dragon, in my opinion, and other people can comment accordingly, Dragon does better in highlights than Helium. and there's some caveats. The helium is better in low light than Dragon, but helium clips highlights hard. Dragon is a little more forgiving. Gemini is a little more forgiving. Monstro is amazingly forgiving. It's kind of amazing. GDU made for Komodo. Do you know about the cowboy handle? What I know is that there is a set so far. There are going to be sets for them. I mean, GDU is Jared's little baby. Well, he and his partner's baby. So he's not going to leave the love out for Komodo. Komodo is so small. I mean, you kind of want to be able to rig it up. I mean, just to make it this cute little machine. That picture of in the snow where they were trying to get it to die, which I don't think it did. I believe that had some cowboy handles on it. Are they any different than DSMC? They have to be, because the top of Komodo does not have the same number of quarter 20s on top. So there's, in fact, it only has, I think it's only like 4. I think it has 4 on the corners. And I think 1 in the front, or in the middle of the front. It doesn't have a whole lot of quarter 20s. So there's definitely stuff that is going to be made for it to cage it up, so to speak. Ali says, there are some really good deals on Epic. This is true. So the may or may not be serviceable. CG, are you still on here? If CG is still on here, we can get him to make a few comments. But CG has been repairing the dragons, the epics, and has been successful at doing so. He's now got many under his belt, and he's starting to get some supplies. There he is. There's CG. He's starting to get supplies, and there's a lot of cool stuff coming from CG. I don't know what I'm allowed to disclose if I knew anything. He can certainly disclose here. I support you, CG, for disclosing it. Do I ever separate my Red Touch from the camera via Limo adapters? Yes. I do that anytime I'm shoulder mounted. I don't like EVFs. It's not my thing. So I do disconnect. I put it on an arm, and I use they're basically standoffs that adapt to the cable. And then I have 3 different cable lengths that I can use. So I usually put it like right out about here. It would be there normally, but I have it right out about here, just on an arm. And I do that when I'm handheld, shoulder mounted. I don't like EVFs. I don't know why. It's just not my thing. So screens are my friend. But yeah, there are some great deals on Epic Dragon. Epic Dragon, other than the fact that Red is not supporting them anymore, it's a fantastic camera. It is 80% of this camera. And by 80, what I mean, all the frame rates, all the resolutions are in the Epic Dragon from this. Where you gain is you gain some higher throughput to the media, which allows you some lower compression. You get in-camera IPP2. You get all the DSMC2 features, but Dragon is still the same Dragon 6K sensor. So there's nothing wrong with an Epic Dragon. Can you explain why slow motion videos are so dark for me? Well, I mean, if that's a serious question, yeah, absolutely. The reason they are is that when you increase your frame rate, then you are decreasing the amount of time that the shutter has to capture the light. So right now, I shoot at 24 frames a second here. My shutter is set to 1/48th of a second. That means that every 48th of a second, I am capturing a little bit of light. If I go to 48 frames a second, then I keep that at 180 degrees. That would be 1/96th of a second. Then it has half the amount of time to capture the same amount of light. So you then need to double the brightness. That's why it would do it. Um, you still, Mila, you still haven't told me your name. I'm going to get it wrong until you tell me right. The warranty program is certified used is a big deal because they will bring the value back to DSMC1. It is true. It is true. People are unloading them, excuse me, for fear of not being able to be supported by them. And CG is going to support those. So there's a future for them. Your Dragon 6K will last at least several. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I own Dragon. Well, I guess it was about a year after it came, like 5 years ago. I guess 5 years ago that I had Dragon. And I mean, if damage had not happened to it by yours truly, I would probably, I don't know. It'd be tough. Knowing what I know now about this, I would have upgraded just because the other features I use a lot, especially the remote control. Oh man. So full control is so good. So good. Also in-camera LUTs. If you don't know Phil Holland's LUTs, get to know Phil Holland's LUTs. You can find him at phfx.com. His LUT set, film, I hope I'm saying that right. They're amazing. There's a ton of them. He's got a lot of history and background on the LUTs, and he's actually coming out with a new set too. I'm pretty sure that's coming out really soon. But you can load those in camera. That's a cool feature. I love doing that on DSMC2. So there's that. But I mean, the nature of Dragon 6K and Epic. Oh yeah, I would still be using that camera for 4K deliverables. Oh yeah. It is awesome. And that was literally one of the things that was so hard for me to get used to, because I would shoot, like a lot of my sit-down videos here, I would shoot on the Dragon as opposed to Sony. And shooting at 5K, I only had 20%. So, typically you want to make a 30% jump. If you're using the same camera angle and you want it to not feel like you're just punching in, you want it to feel like it's a different camera, 30% is the goal. At 5K to 4K, that's 20%. So to punch in to get the 30% punch in, then I was eating into my 4K resolution. So I always had a quandary about that. Now at 6K, no issues again. I love that. Do I always keep my shutter angle at 180 degrees? It depends. I mean, it really, really, really depends. For general use, yes, I usually keep it at 180. Sometimes I sneak it down to 172 degrees. I like that look if there's a little more action going on. If I'm on a green screen, 90 or 45 degrees, because almost certainly you're going to want to move. And if you're moving in 180 degree shutter on a green screen, then you're going to get motion blur. You get motion blur, then your keying's not going to be pretty. So 45 degree, I mean, I've gone down to 22 and a half, but I mean, that's a lot of light. Also, when I shoot above, I don't know, 60, I still use about 180, but when I go above like 80 to 90, I'm generally going to a 360 degree shutter. The reason is, A, I don't require as much light. B, Mila, okay. Oh, Mila, there we go, got it. Okay, you don't need as much motion blur at that high of a frame rate, because the movement that your subject is doing in 1/90th of a second, it's not that much. So I can go to a 360 shutter at that, and it's perfectly fine. Ali says, I emailed Red, and they basically said, buy a used Epic Dragon at your own risk. I'm in the UK, so not sure what I would do if anything went wrong. You can mail it to CG. I mean, I can't say for sure that he can fix it. I mean, it depends. I mean, if you dropped it in the ocean, he may not be able to, but I mean, you can ship stuff back and forth. That's how they do it. No need to jump on DSMC3 next year. I mean, I'm never going to say never. It's going to be tough. We'll see what DSMC3 brings. It's not fair for me to say I wouldn't and to say I am. But you don't have to upgrade to DSMC3. Between now and the next 3 years, 4K is going to be prevalent. So shooting a 5 and 6K camera is your gold. No need to jump on. Let's see here. For a workhorse lens, would you say the Canon 24-70 f8 is a good choice? I personally do not like that lens. I own the lens. Don't get me wrong. It is the only lens that I have that I don't like. And the reason I have it and don't like it is because there isn't an option. There isn't a good 24-70 out there. And I explained this previously on probably live streams, but the reason a 24-70 is so difficult to make, and quite frankly, the lens is kind of interesting because it can do everything that the 24-70 and then some. So there is some wiggle room there, but it's not my lens, so I can't say that I have it. But when you're 24-70, you're crossing over from wide angle to telephoto. To do that requires so many more internal lenses that it's really hard to keep it crisp and clean and compact. Now the lens is quite large, so they had a little more room to work with. But I mean, it is a good workhorse lens. My favorite workhorse lenses right now, I use the Sigma 18-35 and the 50-100. I use those a lot because they're exceptionally sharp and they're very small, and they're f1.8 or T2 on the cinemas. And then I use the 24-70 in between. Hold on. You can show CG stuff, Ali. Thank you so much for moderating. I really appreciate that. It's keeping me on track, which I appreciate. The Dragon sensor in Mr. Robot Season 1 was amazing. Yeah, so Dragon has been used in a lot of stuff. I mean, a lot. There's a lot of Dragon in Guardians of the Galaxy. That was a lot of Dragon. And that's a great feature. Now, Guardians is hard because anytime you put that Marvel look onto it, it gets kind of cartoonish. It's kind of weird. It's not my favorite look, but Dragon really did well in there. Ali, you will have support from me, so if you choose to buy DSMC1, don't worry about it if something happens. Yep. CG is basically saying you source parts. Yes. Yes, he is. You can go out to his channel, and he's got several videos where he's been taking them apart and repairing them. So, yeah. Mila, helium has aliasing. I'm not sure why it would have aliasing. There's no reason for helium to have aliasing at all. I'm not sure. I didn't watch The Highwaymen, so I have to look at it on the grill of the car. Yeah, I don't think that came from camera. That would have been something, maybe the way they downsampled, because the helium does not have. It is so minuscule. Dragon 6K does not. Yeah, Dragon, and so the inside. Also, Mila, tell me about yourself. I don't know you, and I'd like to. You're definitely a great conversationalist here, and I'm definitely enjoying it. So, where are you out of? What do you shoot? What do you like? What kind of movies or filming do you do? But inside here's the OLPF, the optical low pass filter that they put in there. Red does a really good job at minimizing aliasing that occurs and moire in there. And they do that because the pixel spacing is, well, it's ideal for minimal moire. I saw the Two Popes and it has aliasing shot on helium. Too much resolution? Well, I mean, if you downsample and you're not sampling, so if you're going 8K to 4K and you were to take 8 to 4, that is 4 times the pixels. So theoretically, you should take 4 pixels, average them, and put it into 1, 4 to 1, 4 into 1. If you took 1, skipped 1, 1, and skipped 1, and there are formulas to downsample that way, I don't know why you would, but if you did that, that would cause moire, because you would have a space in between the pixels. I wish Graham was on here. If Graham was on here, he would light us up with some serious knowledge. He's been on here before. Maybe he's lurking. Graham, are you lurking? Come on, Graham. Be a silent lurker. I love when Graham gets in there. Let's see here. Do you use Red City X or Premiere Pro RAW settings? So I use RAW in everything. I shoot RAW. I don't ever shoot ProRes on this. I don't like ProRes. I think it's a delivery format. It's not an acquisition format. ProRes RAW is a little bit different, but R3D red code is so powerful. I see no reason to use anything else. People say, oh, but you're using so much data. Well, you're not. If you don't need 6K of resolution, you're going to take it down to 2K. Then increase your compression. Go 10 to 1, go 12 to 1. When you downsample it down to 1080, it's going to look fantastic. And you didn't use hardly any space. I mean, it's great. And Red Code RAW is fantastic. And I love Red Code RAW because I do a lot of stuff in post. I get it to where I have not blown out, or I'm not in the noise. I keep my exposure where I want it, but like when I'm doing, unless I'm on like a pro set, I'm not doing my white balance except getting it close, because I can tweak it later on. I mean, that's literally what a color chart's for. So I mean, it is so powerful, and there's so much you can do with Red Code. And I'll go in and I'll throw out a really fast grade in Red City X if I'm just dumping footage. Premiere is where I edit typically. This year I might try Resolve. I don't know. Resolve is difficult for me to edit in. But when it comes to color, if it's important as an output, then Resolve is like the only thing I color in when it comes to that, because it's just that much better. Must be downsampling happens when you watch 4K resolution on a small screen. This is true. Do you shoot 5 to 1 for TV or 8 to 1? It all depends on what the show wants. I have shot as low as 4 to 1. I shoot for stuff for my YouTube. I'm shooting 7 to 8 to 1. When it's stuff that I'm selling, or it's stuff for sale, or it's stuff that I've been sent out to shoot, I tend to deliver a lower compression, typically about 5 to 1. But it just depends on what they're looking for. Really. Yeah, Fincher shoots 5 to 1 and 5 to 1. And the other thing too on Helium is, and Red Code, the more resolution you feed Red Code, the more efficient it is. So 5 to 1 in 8K is like 4 to 1 in 6K. It is, you get economies of scale basically in the compression. So Fincher shoots 5 to 1 mostly because he knows every little detail. I mean, every little detail is going to be nitpicked and colored and changed and altered in post. And I know the editor for Mindhunter, and we talked back in December about Mindhunter, and it is amazing how hands-on Fincher is with literally the edits and the color, every little detail. He has an opinion and he wants it to look a particular way. The editor also did, what was the Kevin Spacey one with the White House one? He also edited that. So Fincher's a tough guy to work for, but I mean, this guy knows how to do it. And it's tough. Would you buy the 2 terabyte mags from the UK? Which ones? If you're talking about the approved ones, yes, I would. They're a good company. They are authorized. They are approved by Red. If you're talking about the, they make the OLPFs. What's the name? House of Cards, Kippertie, thank you. Yes, if you buy the Kipperties, you're fine. Now, I would not tell you to buy just one. Always have multiple magazines just in case. Because if something goes wrong, set it to the side and use your other mags, because that can most likely be recovered. I know Kippertie and Red both have, I believe, free recovery. If you send them the mag, they'll get the data off for you. It happened recently on a post where a guy had one of those mags. That's the only one he had on set, and he had some kind of corruption that happened, but he needed to continue to shoot, so he had to format. And obviously he lost his previous data. So yeah, they're great. And that's the only reported issue of them. And I mean, who knows, they could have recovered the data and it would have been fine. But yeah, they are good. The other ones, no. Those are literally a hacked joke. I wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole, not even a 20-foot pole. I wouldn't touch them with a 20-foot stick of aircraft aluminum T6061 1.25-inch speed rail aluminum pipe. Nope, not at all. House of Cards, yes. Built-in USB-C also. Yeah, that is true. It's kind of cool. The readers are becoming less necessary, for sure. That is cool. Long take, yes. Mila, have you tried the small Cine 7 with Red control, much cheaper than the Red Touch 7-inch? I have personally not tried it. I have witnessed it. I've seen it. I've played around with it in demo settings, but not here. Small HD, if you are listening, if you want to send me a demo, I'll do a review on it. I'll send it back. That's the way I do things. I have several friends that have them, and they absolutely love them. They are much better than these. I mean, Red's monitors serve their purpose. They are not color grading. They're not super excellent at anything except fitting on the Red, painlessly. And I think Red knows this. I don't think it's any surprise. So yeah, they're pretty good. The only negative, I believe, to the small HD is the wait time. You can get the small HD monitor, but you're going to wait for the remote software. I think it's like 3 months. I don't know why. I don't know. I think there's a cable involved. Yeah. Ha ha ha. Scott's on form. Is it good? Yes, it is good. If I didn't have this, would I buy one? Probably. If I didn't have a Red 7-inch, I probably would buy the small HD because you get the functionality. I mean, do you need a touch monitor? No. With Full Control, and this is a shout out to my buddy over at Full Control, and I'm not paid by him, but if you don't have food color, if you don't have Full Control for a DSMC2, and you can do it with DSMC1, but you have to have the external Red mode, I believe it is. It's a godsend. This literally, if you've seen the photos on my Instagram and Facebook, and the videos when I did the live stream, I sit in an easy chair with my camera all slung up on the motion control rig over there, and I have a blast sitting with my mouse, watching everything on my monitor, clicking record, adjusting my settings on my phone. I mean, where has it been all my life? That is truly one of the things with DSMC2 that I just absolutely love. Absolutely love. How does the Epic fan noise in comparison to DSMC2? Epic has more fan noise than DSMC2 for a couple of reasons. Number one, there are two different fans. Well, there's three different fan systems. There's original fan, Epic fan, then there's original Dragon fan, then there's 2.0 Epic Dragon fans. They got quieter and quieter, and then with the DSMC2, the fans are the next version, and they're better. The reason that they were kind of loud was that the intakes, the fans are physically right here in the front. The fans were up top, but the intakes were in the front. So it projected the sound forward as opposed to anywhere else. Now you have the intake up top and the exhaust down below. So the sound comes out the rear. The fans are blowing in, so it's a little quieter. They're on top, so they're blocked by the monitor typically. The only negative to the fans in the DSMC2 is, quite honestly, when it's cold out, it's a nice little hand warmer. It would just exhaust the heat up to your finger. Oh, it was great. I would go bare gloved. It was something cool. Red Dragon 6K versus, thank you for going back to that. That was your question earlier. Two different cameras. They really are. And two different purposes. Okay, dynamic range and colors. Dynamic range on the C500, from what I've seen so far, I wouldn't call it game-changing. I wouldn't call it... I'd say it's probably pretty close to 15 stops. I have not seen anybody physically measure that yet. But from what I've seen, I would say it's close to 15 stops. These are 16, 16 and a half, 17 if you're Monstro. Airy, Alexa is around 14, but it's a really good 14. So the dynamic range is there. There's nothing to complain about with dynamic range. Even the Ursa Mini is 15 stops. Colors. Colors on the Canon look nice. The 10-bit is nice. Shooting the RAW is important. Their internal codec does not seem to be that robust based on some of the tests my friend Rubidium did and a couple of others. I don't know. It's still really new, but that camera is a far faster run and gun camera. It does shoot 6K. It is, I would say, for all-out run and gun with some cinema type work, I would say the FX from Sony, the FX9, would be the winner there. For run and gun with a lot of cinema stuff, with a lot more cinematic type footage, I'd say the C500. When you start crossing from there, then Dragon, DSMC2 is a king. Alexa is a king. Cinematic stuff, when you really are looking for that dynamic range in your shot and you're not focusing on speed, then a full-blown cinema camera. But if you want some cinema capabilities and you'll do great with it, and it's not... there's nothing disappointing. I'll take that back. There's not much disappointing about the C500 Mark II. It is at a fantastic price point. It's got great dynamic range. It's got RAW. It's got a lot of capabilities. It's got add-ons. It's really cool. The internal codec is a bit of a question mark for me, and I'm going to leave that one an open-ended question for now. The FX9 seems to be pretty spectacular, but not 6K, only 4K. So, yeah. C500 does not have a mic for scratch. Wait, what? The C500 Mark II, it does it not? I'm pretty sure right up in the top is a little hole for a scratch mic on C500. Tell me I'm wrong. Wow. Tell me I'm wrong. That's kind of a dumb one. I need to know that. Nope. Wow. Well, all right then. That's a little disappointing. I'll give you that. That was also another cool thing. DSMC2 scratch mics. DSMC1, no big deal. You just buy the little handheld mic. It worked great for. Let's see here. They're asking $16,000. Yeah, I think $16,000. I mean, yeah, I wish it was cheaper. I think $16,000 is a really, really good price for that camera. I think $16,000 for a rigged out FX9 is a really good price for that camera. I think $16,000, Jared, for a Dragon 6K with everything you need to shoot would be a really good price. Jared, he's not going to do it, not anytime soon. What I love about Red is that the image is thick. The negative is fat, if you know what I mean. Yeah, there's a lot of information in the red capture, the whole chain, and a lot of that comes with no processing. And that's why this is true RAW. It is recorded, compressed, true RAW. All of the others that are doing RAW but compressed are not true compressed RAW, with the exception of Atomos, we'll see shortly. There is no processing in the Red signal chain. They do that so that you have complete and total control. That also means that it doesn't make a decision for you. And that's where that thick comes from, honestly. Jamie says, I'm a fan of Alexa. I've heard she's single. She is if you ask her, but I turn her off. I don't particularly care to use Alexa, especially since this is a Samsung phone. I mean, do you imagine what that would, let's see. Nope, no mic. Wow. I learned something today. And that's one of the things that I always say. You can learn at least one thing from every person you meet. And I learned something from you today, and I'm quite shocked. Quite shocked. During Shane Hurlbut's live Insta story a couple weeks ago, he was testing the Xene CF lenses. Someone asked him why red over Arri. He said, red feels and looks more like film, and it's the truth. Yeah, so my take on, here's my take on why everything is shot with Arri, everything. Why so much is shot on everything in the cinema and the movie industry. And I think it 100% comes down to budget. When you shoot a red, there are many flavors of ice cream: Helium, Dragon, MX, Gemini, Monstro, many different flavors. When you shoot Alexa, it's the Alev 3. That's all it is. It's one sensor. It's all it's ever been, which means to tweak, to do anything, there's this massive library of every post house that's ever worked with an Alexa. They know how to do that really, really fast. Oh, well, let's take this and tweak. Let's take this and tweak. So the amount of time that a post house, a color workflow, what they would have to spend on Alexa is going to be less than on a red. Is that a good thing? Not necessarily, because at that point, you're not serving the story. You're not serving the film. You're serving the budget. which unfortunately has to go with it. When you're choosing a red, you're choosing flavors, and you might choose the Alexa. Maybe it is the flavor you like, or maybe it's a Panasonic or a Sony, a Venice. When you're choosing one of those cameras, you're choosing it specifically for the flavor. And in post and color, they're going to have to adapt to that, which means the budget's going to be a little bit higher in color. That is literally why I believe it is done that way. I mean, there's probably a couple other factors. I mean, the Arri Alexa, quite honestly, and this is not a derogatory statement, but it is literally the Polaroid camera of cinema cameras. I mean, you come in, you push a couple buttons, you press record. There's not much to it. You expose it, and you're going to get a good image out of it. The red, you can do that. I mean, I leave mine set exactly so that it'll get a great image, but that's where it boils down to. And that is my opinion. I mean, if anybody out there that's shooting red, any of my lurker friends that are like total badasses that are out there, I can see you. If you want to chime in and speak, please do. Call me wrong. I don't mind. I will learn from anybody. Gerald says, well, hell, I'm late. No, you're not. You're just on time. Let's see. Red Dragon has a fat negative. It does. Dragon is my second favorite sensor of all time. It used to be my absolute favorite sensor of all time until I shot with Monstro. And I got to say, Monstro, if you think Dragon is fat, you should shoot Monstro. Dear Lord, there's so much color information in there. It is so, yeah, it is the dream sensor for me, for sure. I've got many friends with it, many friends with them, and I'm totally jealous, yes. 16K is not good for any camera, says Jamie. Well, Jamie, that's your opinion. Unless we're talking about resolution. Resolution matters, Jamie. Ali says, where did you hear the C500 doesn't have a scratch mic? Film Tools. Video aired today. Yeah, see, that's weird. I'm going to look it up here real quick. It's not that I mean, technically I'm saying I doubt you, but I want you to be right because I feel like that's just one of those, it's just silly for them to do. Oh, scratch remover. This is so odd. I see the Film Tools. Mini mic port. Now it says it has, from Canon, a built-in monaural microphone. This is on Canon's website. I can't grab this, but I'm going to copy and paste it into the chat. And my nose is itching, so I apologize that happens. I mean, that's just like a really dumb thing for them to have done otherwise. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Well, I just read it. All right, let's go search MIC. Okay, right there. Other features, built-in monaural microphone. So it has it. It does. Alex says, I've used Arri Alexa a few times and it feels, and I don't mean it badly, but old. Kind of feels like Sony. Well, I mean, it is an old body for sure. The newer ones are a little better. 14 watching, only 7 likes. Smash the like button. Allie, I love you, man. Reach says, I like the hat. Well, thank you. It's just the hat that I had because I was shooting some other things for a different channel that you'll see in the future. And I was using this hat because the film's hat didn't quite fit. But yeah, it's just a funky hat for today. I do love the hat. It just doesn't fit me right. It is one of my favorite hats, and it was Tony Edwards, if he's still on here. Tony is my hat buddy. He and Bill Hertzing is also my hat buddy. They all wear these types of hats. Make me feel good. Ali says, done. Smash that like. Resolution doesn't matter to those that matter. That doesn't matter. There is a correction in the comment selection. There is a built-in. Okay, there we go. Thanks, Scott. And again, I wasn't trying to call you out for wrong. I just really felt if you were going to build a camera today, that is the dumbest thing to leave off, because that was something that Red caught so much hell for. They put the mic jacks on there, but they just didn't think anybody would need it. And it's like a $2 add-on. But yeah, that's why they added them. Because the guy who reviewed it said it didn't have, yeah, I mean, that's, people are fallible. I mean, I'm fallible. Just by coincidence, if you turn left, is that just by coincidence, the item to your left looks like a Star Trek insignia? Well, I see it. I see what you're talking about. You're talking about right here. I want everybody to go ahead and look at it real quick so you can see the Star Trek insignia, and then I'll lift up what it is because you'll laugh. It's pure dumb luck. It's the black hole from Bright Tangerine. It's just the way it was laying. Hey, look, it's Nick Gurr again. We're just waiting for you, Nick. Go ahead and type it. Allie's got the button ready. Is that just by coincidence? Yeah, okay. Is there moire in your hat? Yes, there's moire in my hat. There's moire in my hat specifically because this is a fine pattern. That's shooting at 4K. I'm capturing it at 1080 and I'm recompressing it going out to YouTube. There's so much bad conversions going on in there. Yeah, this is moire central right here. There we go. Allie on the game here. Reach Films says, yep, okay. Would you buy a Basecamp Polar Pro or an Atom Misfit? Without question, the Misfit. Without question, the Bright Tangerine. Without question. And if you would, I'll go into here just a little bit of information. But if you watch the video I put out, well, last week or 2 weeks ago on this matte box, I explain why. Well, maybe it was the live stream. Maybe I need to go through it again. So the reason is that the Polar Pro locks you into their filters. You have to use their filters to use their matte box. Their filters are fine, but they're not my filters. They're not the filters that I went out and found that shoot best. They're not the Format High-Tech Firecrest IRNDs that I shoot exclusively on this. They're not the Takina IRNDs that a lot of people shoot with. They're not what I want. They're what Polar Pro wants. And Polar Pro, there's an industry, did I drop at some point there? That's interesting. There's an industry phrase called stickiness, and every company wants to have stickiness. The stickiness is, if I make a product, I want to make it just different enough that you have to buy all my accessories through me. Well, there are companies that do that and companies that cater and companies that go all out for that. Polar Pro is an all-out company. They want you to only use their products and buy their stuff. I don't like that. I'm not a fan. I've got many Polar Pro filters for the drones and smaller cameras. I've used them. They're okay. They're a little brown to me. I don't love the flavor that comes out of them. When it comes to this, yes, they make a lot of accessories that you can buy from Bright Tangerine, but they also adapt to other people's accessories. And they also use standard filters. These use 4.5 or 4 by 5.65 filters. They clip right on in here. I have the Viv over there, which has trays, and I can expand it, and I can use my filters. That is specifically why I choose not to do a Polar Pro. I did reach out. If any of y'all have a fun item, I reached out to Polar Pro and said, hey, would you send me one just for evaluation? I'll send it back in 3 weeks. They looked at my channel and said, no, you're not important enough. In a nutshell, they said you don't have near enough viewers to do that. So, if you're bored, just let them know, hey, I might have bought one if you'd gone, no, don't do that. But you get the idea. I'm a very fair reviewer. If it was really cool, I would have said it's really cool. But based upon everything that I've seen and touched, and it's okay. I mean, if you're on an absolute budget and you're never going to jump out of the Polar Pro, then yeah, it'd be fine. But I mean, these are cheap. You can get these cheap, and then you can use whatever you want. You can buy the Polar Pro filters if you want. Put them in there. Conscious Creative. What is it? Pretty Conscious Creative. Oh, yeah, I got you. Okay. Any new cool projects you got coming up? I've got something towards the end of January. That's all. Well, yeah, I mean, that's all that's kind of locked down at this point. There's going to be a lot coming up. This year is going to be a lot better than last year. And I need you guys to keep pushing me forward too, because I get in these slumps where I'm like, nobody wants to see my stuff. And you probably don't, but I mean, you can still push me along. I know Bill Howard out there. He's really good at pushing me along. I appreciate it, Bill. He's nudging me constantly to put stuff out there. Shot today at 240. It was glorious slow motion. It is pretty nice. What'd you shoot it on? Do you feel that you need to put filters like Pro Mist or Blackmagic to take the edge off the sensor? It depends. It depends. I will say, with red sensors, no. Well, okay. Let me correct that. I would say my need to put a Pro Mist, and I do shoot with them, depends more on the lenses that I'm shooting. So yeah, these cameras are super, super sharp. And if you had a lens that was super, super sharp, you would need to soften it. I find that the most times that I'm using the filters are if I'm shooting with the Sigmas, or like the Tachina Vista Primes. Vista Primes, and it depends. It depends on what I'm shooting. The Sigmas are super, super, super sharp. The Tachinas are very sharp with character. And then the Vista ones have a lot of character and are sharp. I find that I need to cut down the sharpness on the Vista Primes less. On the Sigmas, I find needing to do it more. But again, it depends, because I mean, if I'm looking for a really sharp picture, then obviously I don't want to cut it down. If I'm looking for a really, really, if I'm shooting something more soft, like warm and caring, if I was shooting a Hallmark Christmas special, I would Black Pro Mist the hell out of that thing. But yeah. Oh, I shot Panasonic recently. Just thought you should know. Well, that's cool, Jamie. I'm glad you're moving up in life. CG says, I'll keep pushing you. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you shouting me out, man. That was really cool. Bill's here to push me. Yep. Cook Pancros. Well, Cook Pancros are pretty nice. Cook Pancros, I would say with a Cook Pancro, unless the story is truly needing something soft, I don't necessarily feel like I would want to put them on there. I think the Cooks have a look, the Cook look. The Cooks have a look that I don't like to mess with that much. And it just depends on the story. I mean, like Summicron C's, no, I'm probably not putting them on there unless the story says so. Cook Pancro is a great lens for pretty much everything. It is a beautiful. You never told me where you shoot from or where you're at. You gotta share. This is a community. Let's see here. Ooh, man, this is a great live stream. Are you a Master Prime kind of guy? Yes and no. I like the look of a Master Prime. I don't crave the look of a Master Prime. I'll use a Master Prime anytime it's needed. I won't put up much of a fight if the director says, I like that one a lot better. I mean, I'll try. I mean, Master Prime is a great lens. It's not a full frame lens. So as we enter this world of full frame, it's definitely more of a But there are so many great lenses out now. I mean, so many that are coming out that are just amazing, and some that are out. I mean, like the Vista Primes, I do love, and I love the new look of Taquina. The Vista ones to me are they're absolutely gorgeous. I would have a set of Vista ones before I had a set of Vista Primes. That is kind of a controversial statement, but I feel like I get more feels for the stuff that I do out of the Vista ones than the Vista Primes. And the Vista ones are like a more low contrast, a very low con, a little more flary feel. If you didn't see the Vista One video that I shot with Tim Doust and Curtis Boggs and Brandon Habuda, it was pretty good. It's pretty good. It's out on my channel. So to be, I want Scott Balcom's drunk history of camera products. Just saying. I would do that. I might. Have I ever used the Leica Cine 0.8? No, I haven't. But I do want to. I've got a friend who has offered them to me. But when you get an option like that to shoot, it's not something you just want to just shoot for an everyday project. You want that project to be good. And so I will turn that favor in, and shoot with those. Yeah. Vista Primes are the dream. The Vista Primes are great. Don't get me wrong. I just love the Vista ones just that much more. Drunk history of camera products. The reason, oh, you know what? That might just be a fun, Hertzing, are you still out there? That might just be a fun video to do. Here's my problem. YouTube does not like adult beverages in their videos. They don't like it, and they will take you down. Well, they'll demonetize you, and eventually they might take your whole channel down. Same thing with the tobacco products. Those are two things that I used to do on this channel, and I can't do it anymore. But I do have another channel, and that one is definitely more for fun, the Raw Cuts channel. If you don't know Scott Balcom's Raw Cuts, go subscribe to it. It's just where I put crazy stuff. I might be talked into doing a drunk history of camera stuff on that channel, because yeah, I might do that. I would need Bill Hertzing to help me out. He's my buddy, and he lives closer by. That would be a good weekend drunk history. And I'm game for that. I'm game for that. Yeah, we'll do that. It doesn't have to be on the other channel. And I will figure out how to live stream that but maybe I'll put up a live stream saying go to this other live stream. I don't know. Zachary says, hi, Scott, and what camera should I get to use on Ronin S? And I dream of owning a red Monstro 8K Beast someday. I mean, what do you shoot? What kind of stuff do you shoot? Photography, any video? Obviously photography, not for Ronin S, but do you shoot photography as well? Give me your style. Give me your scenarios. Scenario is a word I can't spell. I don't know why that. Give me your preferences, and I'll kind of lead you down a bunch of cameras to choose from. There's a lot of great ones out there. If I see here, that stinks. What stinks? What stinks? Reach Films. Oh, yeah. Well, but we'll do it. And change to I think I have I need to figure it out. I thought I had a brand account. In fact, I do have a brand account that is over these accounts. Yeah, the demonetized stuff does stink. And you know what? I mean, somebody called me out the other day and said that I was only in this to make money. So I am going to right now, I have no way of physically proving it other than to, well, I'll take since you won't believe me, I'm taking a screenshot. I'm taking a photo of it. Where's the number? There we go. So, well, that's not going to show up. Well, there you go. So, the amount of money. Wow, it's blurry. Really? I can't take a photo? And I'll get back to your question in just a moment. Wow, how bad of a photographer am I? There we go. For the last year, really? What are we doing? For the last year, there's the total amount of money that I have made on this channel. So if you can't see it, it's $703.34. And if you want to see, that is right there, updated 2020 at 2 a.m. And it's the last 365 days. So yeah, that amount of money comes nothing close to what it takes to run this. So I really do it out of the love. But speaking of money, let's just throw an ad right here. That's kind of fun. I never get to use that button. But I mean, if you do love this channel and you want to help and you're like, you know what, Scott, Happy New Year, throw a super chat down there. Throw a super chat. That would be fun. See, that's the other thing too. Wouldn't it be more fun on the drunk camera if it was monetized so you could throw a super chat out there? That stinks. Okay. If I did not have a red, would I get a Vericam LT? I like the Vericam LT. In fact, there was a point in time when I considered the EVA-1. I think it's a good camera. I think the Vericams are really nice cameras. Yeah. Oh, Jeff. Reach Films. I got you, Jeff. Had to change the channel name when I started to upload my new videos. Gotcha that. Change brand account. Now it all makes sense. Gotcha. Okay. How much are the Vista ones? So the Vista one, okay, if you want a set right now, if you want a set, there's a fantastic set. You can get the full set of all lenses. If you go out to Hot Rod Cameras, there's one set out there. It's $50,000 for a full set. And it is the only set that's not spoken for. It is a demo set, but there's only 40 sets in existence. So if you're looking, if you got 50 grand, go out to Hot Rod, tell them Scott sent you. I'll get a free t-shirt out of the deal. You'll get a free t-shirt too. But yeah, that's where you can get them to 50 grand. If they haven't sold already, that will keep you in hats. Yeah, it'll keep you in hats basically. Yeah. Racing and running around the track throughout the day, and the events go into night too. And I need more subscribers to get paid on YouTube. What kind of track? Tell me about the track. Racetrack, running track. Tell me about that. Night is a lot. Tell me. Also, you have to tell me what kind of computer you have to. Mila says, you got to see them on B&H, but no listed price. That's because they are very, very limited. I love your beard. You look like Santa. Oh, thank you. That's, Rex, what do you, oh, okay. He's laying down on my carpet in there, my dog. If you go back and watch my Santa's Christmas list, I really used the beard. Actually, no, I put a beard on. I did, didn't I? Yeah, it was really hard to hear my voice. I do look like Santa. In fact, it was like 2 years ago. The beard was a lot longer. It was about down to here. And my hair's not all gray, by the way. It's kind of weird. Just my beard is. I don't have much hair either. And I was sitting at a table. I was drinking a beer, and guy turns around and he goes, "By the way, we're looking for new Santas." And he hands me a business card. He works. They have a Santa consortium. Rex, come in here and lay down. Come on, boy. Come on. Come in here and lay down. You just knocked over the box. Why? Lay down, buddy. My dog's the size of a horse. If he comes over here, he's going to knock stuff over. Come on over here. You're going to lay down. Oh, he's going to bump the camera. Watch the camera. Oh, not yet. He's laying down right next to the tripod leg. He's going to go, oh, in just a moment, and he's going to bump the camera, and you'll know. You'll be a part of the action. Sold as a set. Yeah. Those idiots that accuse folks of doing it for the money obviously have no idea what they're talking about. Yes, they're trying to be cool. So this channel, I have 400 and something videos now. I actually had 600, and I had well over 500,000 views. But I deleted that all because that was back when I was using copyrighted songs, and yeah, I'm all legit now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Gerald, they're always trying to put people down. You're right. They are. But I don't mind sharing. That is the total. That includes super chats. That includes all of that. So yeah. It's not a lot of money. Reach says, I also did a video last week covering my last shoot at the Star Trek fan film. Yeah, that's right. I remember that. DPO in Atlanta. Yeah. I gotta go watch that. Zachary says, drag racing track, and the track lights are red and have HP Windows 10 laptop. I'm sorry, not red, LED. So drag racing is usually fairly lit, but I'd say, I mean, this one is going to be, I mean, I don't know what your budget is. Rex Cam. Hey, Bill, you never talked about, did you not hear the previous discussion of the drunk history of cameras? Where were you? I would probably look at the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. The negative with that is your file sizes are going to be pretty big. The positive with that is you can get some great low light stuff. You can get it fits easily on a Ronin S. It takes a really good picture. It's $1,295. It's kind of a no-brainer. If you want a little bit more, you can get the 6K version that shoots EF lenses. It is going to use even larger amounts of data space, but it's really good. Other than that, I would look at the Sony A6700, I think it is. That's the new one that just came out, or the A6600. It's, I think, the one that just started shipping in December. I have it on my list. I can't remember the number. It is it's great in low light. It's great 4K. It's $1,300. It's a good vlogging style camera. It's good. I still don't dislike the GH5S. I still think it's a great camera today, and don't dislike. I still like it. I think it's a great camera today. Yeah, those would be my picks where I'd go. Drunk history of cameras. Yeah, Gerald. I need Bill here with me, and we'll do it on the other channel. But we'll drink and smoke cigars. And we'll do a live stream drunk history of cameras, and just to see how that goes. Or maybe we could just do an edit. We'll see. I think the live stream would be funnier because people would. I would need some moderators because me drunk moderating would be hilarious. I would do my best. 6K has aliasing. Yeah, it can. It certainly can. Micro Four Thirds is bad. Yeah, not necessarily. Would you buy? Yep, going to buy a Komodo too. Soon. I'm thinking of getting a Red Ranger Gemini. Any thoughts on the lack of built-in ND? I know Tilta is coming out with a mount with electronic ND built-in soon. There's already one. I believe it's Kipper Ty has one with a slide ND on it. I don't typically like Tilta that much. Tilta makes some good stuff and some bad stuff. They also do some thievery in the industry, so I don't really support that. But you know, it just depends. I mean, if they would get straight and fly right, you know, I would have far less difficulty supporting them. Gerald is still a fan. Yep, GH5S. I mean, GH5S is a great camera. It is really, and it is so well known out there. It's very easy to get a good look for it now. Your question about Range or Gemini, no, it would not faze me at all. Just buy a set of NDs. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. We used a BMC 4K as an A-cam on the Star Trek fan film. If you're doing narrative work, it's a great alternative to Red, but if you're a freelancer, it's easier. There's easier camera to use, just my 2 cents. Yeah, it's true. And if you take photos, it's a horrible photo camera. It does technically take photos, technically. Bill says half of drunk history is when they're reenacting, and well, Squiffy, this is true, but I think the fans, and by fans I mean just interactive people, I think they would probably like the live stream better. I don't know. We'll see. I'm getting a Komodo as well. Yeah, CG. It's going to be a camera that is going to be in a lot of people's hands. It could be your guy's own version of drunk history. It is true. The only reason I would do it is like a one-off. Well, I don't know. I mean, it'd be fun to do. It'd be fun to do periodically. I don't know. Yeah, it would be fun for me, honestly, to be able to do super chats with it. And the reason is that I drink scotch, and scotch is expensive. And I don't get drunk. It's not my thing. I get buzzed, but I won't get drunk. So I probably wouldn't go to drunk. I would probably just get well buzzed. And that would take a lot of scotch. So yeah. Kipper Tie. Kipper, Tie. They're a brand out of the UK. They make a lot of great products. They actually make 2 terabyte mini mags for this, and they are authorized by Red. They make all kinds of OLPFs that go in them. They do make a slide along. Mark Toya. If you have not heard of him, you should hear of him. He's if Badass is like this, Toya is like this. Toya is a machine, and he runs the globe shooting, and he loves Red. He loves Apple, and he's shot a lot with those Kipper Tie NDs. Speaking of Tilta, what are your thoughts on the Tilta Nucleus M? Tilta Nucleus M works. It is not incredibly fantastic, but it works. There's nothing out there that will touch it for the money. So if you're on a budget and you need something that works, it works. If you show up on a big set with it, you're going to get in trouble. If you show up on a medium set, you'll probably be all right. Best follow focus for the money. All right. No, Rex, don't get up. My dog always, every time I get up, he's like, you're going somewhere. I want to go. I always have to bring it out because of my love for A, this company, B, these products. No, I'm not sponsored by them. But here it is, the grand unveiling. Yes, it is the Bright Tangerine Revolver Atom. This is by far the best follow focus out there. Well, the revolver, the full-blown revolver is the very best. Don't you pull, hold on. He's about to pull out the HDMI cable. And we're going to just nip that in the bud. Yeah, I'm talking about you, bud. Okay. This is going to be a problem. If he pulls that camera down, I'm going to be so upset. And so will you. Yeah, the revolver is the best. It is you can get it dual-sided. This is the Revolver Atom. It is smaller, more compact. Don't you dare. I see you didn't knock the camera. This is a machine. It is so well engineered. I love singing the praises of this thing. I really do. Nucleus is amazing for the price. Oops. I really want to know where my live stream chat went. That's really hilarious. I think you would just need to see how well it goes and take it from there. Yeah, that's true. Do I have the GDU cowboy handles? The cartel handle looks gangster. I don't. I almost did, and then he returned them. I was going to get them for a price, and I didn't get them. I use the red side handle typically. This is my stripped down config because this is mounted on motion control currently, so it has nothing on it. It's just got a monitor. Is basically it. Any idea what happened to the red top handle with the record button not listed anymore? I don't know why they canceled it. I don't. It is interesting to me. It was one that I kind of liked. I have to wonder if people weren't damaging their screens with it. Hit the screen coming back, all the way and hitting the hitting. I don't know. That is my only speculation. It is interesting. Yeah, they don't make it anymore. It's discontinued. Love the idea of seeing some guys get drunk and talking cameras, live stream or recorded. Maybe a collab opportunity, something like DSLR Shooter and his guys do with their show. That would be funny. Gear and Flask? I didn't know that. I didn't try that one. I'll have to watch that one. Alex says, Ali, I think Focus sells a version similar to what they proposed if you're looking for one. What was there? Oh, Zacuto. Yeah, Zacuto. There's the wooden camera one is not horrible, and they're definitely more affordable. And this one is, I think they're, I don't know, they're like $1,300, I think, for one that's kitted out. But these are so interchangeable. You can change out the transmissions. So if you want to speed it up or slow it down, you can change out the gears. You can change out the direction. You can change out the hub to a smaller hub or a large hub. I love it. Thank you. And it would be amazing to shoot with Red Monstro for my birthday, January 5th. I'll be 23. Good for you. My birthday's coming up too, January 22nd. I won't be 23. Ali says, seen a few others manufacturers, but curious what happened to the red one. Yeah, I don't know. I've got a review coming out on the Bright Tangerine top handle. It's a good top handle alternative. It's not for everyone, and I'll go into details on that. It's built great. It's nice. It's very comfortable. It's just different. Yeah, it's a little more customizable, but I'll have that one coming out here soon. What is the best VESA mount for a small HD 17 monitor? I don't have a recommendation. I apologize. There was one someone sent me the other day, and there were a couple of things. I mean, you can go look at it. Let me find the name of it. Because, let's see here. Right here. It is the Rigid Designs. It looks interesting. It's $250. It's a little pricey in my book, and it does have a spring mechanism in there that I would be interested to see how it fares over time. But it's $250. My friend said that to me and said, hey, what do you think? And my two thoughts were, I'm really interested in how that spring mechanism would fare over time. And secondly, the $250 price point. But I mean, everything in this industry costs money. I'm looking for a remote follow focus. I don't have an easy answer for you, Kevin. The Tilta, I mean, if you don't mind mediocre and okay, then it's okay. Otherwise, you're into big bucks. Foco, yeah, I have heard of Foco, but I've not heard of their monitor. Ali says, I have a feeling DSMC3 will go with a side monitor mount to avoid the top handle interference. I don't think so. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm trying to think of what I would do. If it were my gut opinion of what DSMC3 would be, it would be a Ranger smaller. That's, and obviously like massively upgraded with, you know, more horsepower, bigger sensors, that kind of stuff. But I would go based on that look, but smaller. Gerald says, camera and flask. I got the name wrong. They don't get drunk or anything, but it's a very smooth production with three guys at different areas of the country. Interesting. That has always been something I want to do and have always tried to do. But my internet, which has been working great apparently for 2 hours. Wow. Wait, has it been? How could that be? Oh, no, it hasn't been 2 hours. I've been live streaming technically for 2 hours because I set it up ahead of time to get it going. I like to get the bugs out of it first, but yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I would love to do connections with other people. And I have a lot of interviews that are lined up that all of them give me thumbs up who will do an interview for me. And I will have them either on live streams or in full-blown interviews. But I got to get better internet to make that happen. Michaelina says, I just looked at the Revolva on Kipper Tye's website. It only mentions the DSMC2, but that is correct. But with the Ranger, yes, it will work on Ranger. They're the same. The Ranger and the DSMC2 both have the same front lens attachment. I'd help out on drunk camera history. I do location sound as well. Boy, this might get really interesting. For $19,950, a Dragon X 6K is the best camera you can get for the money. Considering that you can charge $1,500 a day and can make your money back in 15 days. Yeah, I mean, I think the Dragon X 6K is an absolute well worth it camera to buy. And it is an absolute best buy out there. I think the Ursa Mini Pro G2 is a good camera and also worth looking at. I think the FX9. Is it raining? That's weird. I think the FX9 would probably pay off faster. And the reason being is that the FX9 is the reality TV camera of choice. So there's so many more projects to work on it with. But if you are a working DP and you're shooting with big high-end cameras, yeah, you can pay off your Dragon X really fast. And yeah, I mean, I bought mine for a different reason. I bought it because it serves everything that I need. I do make my money back on it. I do rent. I do rent it out on my shoots, but I bought it for my projects. But yeah, I have video devices Pix E5 that I will use on my Komodo. Yeah, interesting. Does that have SDI? I think it does, doesn't it? I record ProRes 444 HQ or XQ. Why? May I ask you why you would record ProRes? This is, filmmaker to filmmaker. From Komodo's 12G SDI out. No one said it was 12G. It's only 4K SDI is the only statement. Awesome. Thank you. Yep. How do you like the bright tangerine follow focus you have on the table? We were just talking about that. No, it is my absolute favorite. That's why I brought it out. Someone asked me what the best follow focus was. This thing, I mean, listen. You can't hear it. It is such a if I could zoom in, camera's way over there. This thing is so refined. It is an absolute engineering machine. I love it. I did a review on it like 2+ years ago. It's on my channel. Go back and watch that video. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like. Yeah, I absolutely love it. I'm glad the hunk so popular. Yeah, Reach. So once the per stream question, the once per stream question from me again, Australia anytime soon. I don't know. We'll see what 2020 holds. Scott, I know you're partial to blue shape. What do you think about the Bebob Micro V-Locks? Pretty damn smart. I don't mind other batteries. I really don't. If they work for you, get them. There's some out there that are $110. If they work for you and that's what you want to spend, get them. I won't knock you for doing it. I'm not going to say you're making a bad choice. What I can say is that the very best choice that I came up with for me and for the way that I work is Blue Shape. And it is a buy once, cry once. So you buy it right, buy it once kind of feel. I don't ever have to worry about my Blue Shapes. They just keep working. I've had them for years and they are used every stinking day. They just work. Their support is phenomenal. The company is phenomenal. I love them. They're very pricey, but you get what you pay for. Blue Shape does make a lot of other people's batteries. That's pretty much all I can say. Other people can fill that in however you want, but they know what they're doing. But Bebob, if you want it, buy it. If it works for you, do it. It's cool. I have been a budget film. I'm currently right now a budget filmmaker. As I went full time, all of a sudden I became a very budget-minded filmmaker. But yeah, Lucky Studio 13. Scott, you look like you're in a sauna. Love the walls. You just need some haze and bath towels. Yeah, I got to break this up. This year we're going to put shelves on here with some LED lights like everybody else. Horizontal surfaces. That's all what life's about. What these actually are, they're plastic. They're wood encased in epoxy. And when I was working full time, they had these up to block off kind of a conference room, and they didn't want them anymore. I'm like, I want those. I was going to use them to make a fake elevator, and I didn't do it. Ow. What was that? Ouch. But yeah, they kind of a lot look like a sauna. That's why I put the light bulbs, because you don't see light bulbs like that in a sauna. Those are not humidity safe. Let's see. Don't you think it's about time all the camera comes with wireless transfer? No. The reason no is because no one can decide on a standard. No one. If there was a standard out there, it's Teradek. If Teradek is a standard, it wouldn't be $1,000. It'd be $3,800. And then there'd be a new version, or there'd be some. There's just too much to go wrong in the wireless industry, which is why they pretty much don't include them. I mean, some of them do, but it's a hassle. I would love it if it was $1,000. I like the what is it? What is that other one? Man, totally spaced. Doused, if you're out there, tell me the name of it. They have a wireless V-mount. You just pop it on your V-mount and plug it in, and away you go. It's pretty cool. I'm totally spaced as to who makes it. It's not Tilta. It's Kong. Starts with a V. Yeah. Why am I spaced on it? Now, do you think that Jared will sell the Komodo Stormtrooper to the public or just to his friends? Wow. Who are you? You're going to have to tell me who you are. You have not answered that question. You have really not answered that question. Who are you? I wish to know. Well, let me see here. Do I think? I think my guess is I would guess it's going to be to the people who bought the original red hydrogens. That's probably the best way I can that I can discern it. That's pretty much the way I would do it. Just bought an Anditech Punch Plus. It's an LED equivalent to a 2.5K HMI. I have never heard of it. And getting a 2.5K out of LED is pretty amazing, actually. I'll look this up. Okay. That's showing 7,500 foot candles at 10 feet. I don't know that that's 2.5K HMI. I don't think that's 1K HMI. I'd have to go look at the wow. I am totally losing all words. I need to go look at all the airy. Wow, I guess I do need a drink. I need to go look at all the airy charts to see what that measures out to. Let's see here. Okay. LOL, I have one of the blue shape batteries and it's awesome CG. Yep. Gerald says if Scott is a budget filmmaker, then I'm a Skid Row. Okay, fair enough. I am now. I really am. Feed Scott, please. What gear are you looking forward to in 2020? Yeah, the Aperture 600D is going to be killer. It is going to be awesome. The Komodo is going to be killer. The new 8K from Blackmagic is going to be... Did I say that out loud? Oh, no. Yeah, the new 8K from Blackmagic is going to be killer. The The new FX6 from Sony's going to be killer. Vaxis, thank you. Yes, Vaxis. The Vaxis is pretty good. Yeah, Alex is cluing in on Mila. Let's see here. What exactly is infinity focus? Does that mean that everything is in focus? Because how would that work? Well, it works like this. Infinity focus is when there is no more focus adjustment on the lens, and everything that is beyond out in the distance and everything that is within the confines of the furthest the focus ring went to. So if it goes to 10 feet, 30 feet, then 100 feet, and then infinity, then it would be basically 100 feet to infinity. That would be infinity focus. Now, if you really want to know what infinity focus is a pinhole. If you take a pinhole, every single thing is in focus. Everything from right up close to your eyeball to everything in the world is focus. That's what a pinhole camera does for you. There's your tip for the week, Jamie. I shoot videos with my friends. Yeah, it's crazy. That's why I'm curious why people aren't talking about it. I cannot think of the term, but the metrics of it. I would love. I'd have to look at the charts on this to see what it does. I mean, it's a fat. That's a fat box right there. And is daylight balanced? It's interesting. I don't know it. I would love to test it out. I have not had my hands on that or even heard of it. It's kind of wild. My dad is a producer, director. Toyo uses Vaxis. Copy. Let's see here. Seems like a very young girl, 8 to 12 years old. Yeah. I know. Yeah. I'll leave it at that. That is interesting. Are you sure you're not confusing FC with Lux? No, it says on the... It says foot candles. Yeah, okay, yeah, foot candles. Yes, I did confuse it, didn't I? I said it wrong. I have a short film I want to produce. It's about a woman and a man who fight in a gym. Well, I mean that's a story. You got to lead up to it though. What are we fighting about? Why are we fighting? Something tells me you already have a lot more information about that short film. It's $5,000 lights, so I tried to make sure I did my research. Okay, I am confusing. Man, these are all. So Mila, you didn't answer my ProRes question. Why ProRes? And Michael with the light. Got it. Everybody's blurring together here for me. Wow. We have so many people on the live stream, and thank you all. I love it. Make sure you subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I'd be happy to run a few tests. Yes, please do. Michael, if you have not seen my video back in, I'd say October. It was either October or early November. I did a test. And it's a simple test, and a lot of people are like, hey, you need more data. But it's a simple test that anybody can repeat. And it's out there on my channel, and it's basically you're testing at 1 meter, 2 meters, 3 meters, and 5 meters. And you're testing on center, all the way at the edge of the lighting, and at the at halfway point in between. And you're just testing the luminosity on it. And we're using Lux. And I've drawn up charts. Basically, this is what each light does. I've compared them to a 1K tungsten, 1K a 1.2K HMI, a bunch of different lights so that other people can get an idea of what it does. So if you want to follow that same thing, you just need to mark it off and measure it. That's all you got to do. Piece of cake. Yeah, I would appreciate that. Does anyone own a light meter? Yes, I own 2 of them. They are married. Have you used the light pedal Gemini? Yes. It's cool. It's bright. It's similar to a sky panel. It's a lot cheaper. I can tell you that the new aperture color light coming out is brighter and cooler and smaller and better, and it's coming out really soon, and that's definitely something I'm looking forward to in 2019 or 2020. Oh, we're out of 2018. I gotcha. ProRes is a backup. Copy that. And the marriage counselor sends them to the gym. I like it. I see where that's going. I like that. All their problems come out in the way that they exercise while they're exercising, in the fact that they're not either helping each other exercise, or they're in competition with each other, or every hateful statement comes out on a grunt. You snore, that kind of thing. I like it. Yeah. I don't know what your plans are for it, but I will be interested in seeing that. That's a neat idea. Good job. We know Komodo shoots R3D 12-bit. Yes, it's 16-bit technically. ProRes just in case. Well, 16-bit sensor. R3D is 16-bit. R3D is 16-bit. It's not 12-bit. Or are you saying 12-bit ProRes 444? Yeah, that's okay. Gotcha. Just in case that the CFast card gets corrupt. Yeah, it's a possibility, but not likely. I believe a lumen is something like, so a foot candle. They don't actually directly relate, because lumens, there's lumens and there's ANSI lumens. Lumens can be swayed with math, fuzzy math. Lux is a measurement. What are you shooting this stream with? Looks sharper, cleaner than usual. That's because I'm in focus, Gerald. That's the A7R3. It is definitely not the webcams. I'm probably going to sell those webcams. They didn't do anything that I thought they would. These, I thought they were okay. I was just not impressed with them. I tried. I bought 2 of them. Ever hopeful, but I think the aperture is a 1x1 and not a 1x2 like the Gemini, right? It's about $15.99 is the target price. I bet you they stick to it. It is not 1x1. It's a little bit larger than 1x1, but it's not 1x2, correct. But that's not to say there's not another one coming. Let's see here. And great, I'll do the same thing. Thank you. Perfect. I would love for anybody to do that. And basically what I'll do, if you guys want, is anybody that sends me one of those videos, I'll put them in together and just add them in as another video so other people can use them, like continuation. And then I'll just do a playlist of them and people can start doing them. I think that'd be cool. But if y'all want to contribute, that's great. So don't put any sound in there that you don't want me to use or that I'm not licensed to use. Lucky Studio 13, I own the light panel Gemini 2:1. It is great. It goes to 6,000 Kelvin though. Only goes to 6,000. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't notice that. I didn't try it at that temperature. I was using it for color. But ProRes is 12-bit. Yes, yeah. We're on the same page. We got you. Gemini goes up higher than 6,000 with the new firmware. Wow. Love it. I like the reputation of light panel. I don't like the reputation of light panel. I mean, the new light panels are definitely a lot better. The original light panels, I did not like the reputation. A, for their lawsuits. B, for their color. They were horrible. The original 1x1 light panels that basically were the only LED panels you could get, their color looked like sick gels. Just nasty. Not gels, but I mean, it looked like they were not good CRI, even though they were technically supposed to be good CRI. Michael, please download the firmware update. There you go, from light panels. But Gemini and their what is it? They call it the what's the latest light panels? Like the 3X1 or 3X, where they're super bright. Those are definitely a lot better. I didn't like the original reputation. Do I like Quasar tubes or Asteras? Yes and no to both. So I like Quasars for the output. I like Titans because battery and an app. My God, I don't know why Quasar didn't come out with an app. They went to wireless DMX, and then to hook up to the wireless DMX is $1,500, block module back there. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Quasar. I have a ton of Quasars around here, a lot. I use the Quasar rainbows for all my product shots. I like them because of the light output, and I don't need the app for them. However, there you go. No buffering, no buffering. However, whoa, come on. Come on, rekindle this relationship here. Come on. No. Hang tight. We're waiting for the drop frames, the internet. It'll come back. Internet hiccup. Oh, come on back, come on back. Wow. I need the internets. Come on, internets. Come on, don't die. We're literally dropping every frame. Oh my. Oh, I shouldn't be on that. Come on. Can y'all hear me at all? Dropping frames? Okay, stream is still going. Okay. If you can hear me, it will sort out. He's usually rebooting right around 6 o'clock. It's kind of annoying. So I am seriously considering getting a set of 4 or 8 Titan tubes. And the reason being the app control of it, all of that. There's so much more to it than just the Quasars do. But the Quasars have so much more light output. And we stopped drop frames, right? We're back? We're back? Good live stream? Cool. Okay. Yes, we need a drop packet interlude music. If I could just do that. You can drink. I forgot to get mine. You want to say hi? No? You can say hi. Come around and say hi. My wife just got home. So yeah, the Titan tubes are pretty. Come on, bye. Everybody say hi to my lovely wife, Cynthia. Say hi to the cameras. That which one? That is a problem in my house. She just got home. Hey, did they leave that at the gate or they did leave it? Good. Okay. Because I left very specific instructions. Okay, you can let him out now too. But drink would be awesome. And you can turn that heater down too. Okay. Back to it. Sorry, I missed a few during the internet hiccup. Hopefully we're not hiccuping anymore. Okay. Firmware. Okay. Remember the light panels tried to stop other? Yes, I do remember that greatly. Do you like Quasar as a Astera? Yep. Okay. Any thoughts on considering purchasing a Red Ranger Gemini or better to hold off for DSMC 3, you mean? I don't know. If you could put a Red Ranger to work today, I wouldn't hold off. I'd buy a Red Ranger all day long. The Ranger is amazing. The Gemini is a great sensor. And DSMC 3 is not going to come out until maybe late this year. And even still, it's going to be hard to get them. They always do that. They always have their lineup of upgrades. And yeah, I think, let's see, the Quasars are 50 and the Asteras are 75, if I'm not mistaken. Not with the RGBWs. Thank you. I thought the RGBWs, the Quasars are, the rainbows are much brighter than the Titans for the RGBWs. But the Quasars are bigger. Let me, can I grab one easily? No. Nah. If y'all didn't see my video on how to do I got one over here. I love wireless microphones. I'm looking for this right here. So the thing that is about Quasars, like these are the crossfades, and the crossfades are they're bulkier than the T8s. I use a lot of the little T8 lights because they're daylight, they're super bright, and they're cheap. But this one, and then the rainbows are much fatter, but they'll work in the T8. I'm sorry, the T12 brackets. So if y'all haven't seen these brackets, you can make them for $8. They're on my channel. It's just it's foam core, or you can use Coroplast and some gaff tape and some electrical wire, and you've got, hey, look at that, magical. Okay, so let's go down here the list. Hang tight. There we go. Thank you. How do we say an update? That's because it's complicated stream dropping frames 2 weeks ago. You need drop packet interlude. Yeah, if I had drop packet interlude music, it would not work because I wouldn't be able to upload. Are we dropping packets again? We're dropping packets again. Oh man, it would fail. This part is probably not going to be seen by anybody. Okay, we're stopping dropping it. And typically, the interlude music, just for those of you for Inside Baseball, television stations broadcast from their studio to their transmitter. Their transmitter is way outside the outskirts of town so they can get it up high. There is an interlude oopsie box. So when they stop receiving a feed for 7 seconds, then it puts that on and it broadcasts it out. There's some inside baseball for you. That shows you how old I am. Okay. Dropping frames. Let's see here. All right. Hey, Cynthia, Gerald. Okay. Hi. Okay. Still going, but the looks like 15p. It's stopped dropping at this point. And I love this community. Everybody helping everybody. That's what it's about. I'm learning a ton today. A friend of mine bought 6 Quasars and a Kino Floater. Yeah, and I imagine it's bright as hell. The 4-footers. Yeah, I do. I typically do them in 2s. I have all of my mounts are done with. Well, this one is a single. The T12s are done as singles, but the T8s are done with duals. And I can put 2 of the crossfades or 2 of the T8s in there. And yeah, they're exceptionally bright. Scott, or anyone who has an opinion, any suggestions on the good picture profile to use on the Panasonic? I like natural on Panasonic. When I was shooting, basically you can take a natural profile and just bump up the saturation just a little bit, and you get a really good image out of it. Gerald, you should have a comment, and Gerald does. Gerald likes Cine D. I thought Cine D had kind of a funky, kind of a cyan kind of look instead of blue. I thought that was weird, but yeah, it's an interesting film look. It doesn't need, yeah, it's one of those you just push a little bit. This is on the GH5S. Yeah. Scott, you inspired me to drop some weight as well. Got my Fitbit strapped on, doing my daily 10,000 steps and not eating like a giant hobbit anymore. Dude, I'm telling you, keto or any kind of low carb, no sugar diet, it is amazing. By the way, I am down, last update on the channel. I am now down, let me do math. I'm down 38 pounds in 2 months. So that's where I'm at. I'm still fat, but on my way. Michael, in your opinion, no, stop dropping frames. Wow, why is it dropping so many frames? Let's bump this down. Output, stream, bitrate. Change that to a 1500. Everybody must have got home from work. Clogging up my internet pipes. Okay, I decreased the bit rate. We'll see if that helps. Okay, now it's back, right? No? Okay. In your opinion, do you feel like the Red Gemini produces a cinematic image? Yes. I think the Dragon is very filmic. I think the Red Gemini is about 98% of the look of Dragon. And I think Dragon is exceptionally filmic. Okay, thanks. I'll try that. Okay, good. Stop dropping frames. I'm using the G9, not quite GH5, close enough. Yep, try those too. Get your Quasar T8 while you can. I heard the D8. Yeah, they're not selling very well. I think it's because everybody else is entering the market. And yeah, and they're a one-off. If you can get a crossfade, then you can adapt to anything. So, I mean, I get it. The T8s they're one-hit wonder. I fiddle with Cine D and Natural, whichever one makes me look pretty. Well, Jamie, which one makes you look pretty? I shot you in RAW, and I shot you on... wow, disconnected completely. All right. I think you're shooting a feature with it. What camera did you start with, Scott? My first is a Canon Allure handheld. Well, technically I started with film cameras, literally film. In video, my first camera was a VHS. I've used it. I've live streamed with my VHS camera. If you go back at my old live streams, you'll find it. It was kind of fun to live stream. In fact, I looked. No one has ever live streamed with a VHS. I was the first. Started with a DVX 100. Nice. At the DVX stage, I was still in the Canon XL1. Actually, I was the XL1S at that point. And then I went from that to the HVX 200 from Panasonic. From there, I went to the XHA1 from Canon because it shot mini DV tapes. And yeah, we're back. Okay. And then from there, I went into digital cameras. Well, they're all digital technically. I went into DSLRs. Let's see here. Yeah, looking great, Scott. No more Santa casting agents looking behind you anymore. Hang on again. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to close this out here really soon. Love Fuji's film simulation. Fuji's film simulation is pretty epic. Return of profile. It was really filming for the bride. It really is. The A7 III and SLR2. A7 III does an amazing job. I got the A7R III because it has the same color that the A7 III is, which is slightly borrowed from the Sony Venice, which is, to say good. The A7 III is a great video camera. I mean, great. I tend to like the Westcotts over the light panels, but that's just me. They have a crappy dimmer, though. Why are you bad-mouthing my dimmer? That's my Westcott dimmer over here. I like the Westcotts. I got those on the group buy, and now they're trash. I had it Velcroed up and I lost it. Yeah, I use the Westcotts here, and I've switched now. This looks a little bit different because I tore down my overhead rig and going to a much softer light up here, which is giving a nice softer glow here. I'm not 100% set yet at it, but yeah, that is That's now 300D. Sean. Hey, Sean, how are you? How to do a live stream with VHS. If that's not, I did it. I did the live stream with VHS. You know how many views it got? 70. 70. So go out there and share it, Jamie. Tell everyone about Scott's live stream with VHS. It looked great too, by the way. I did a lot of talks. I did like 3 different cameras that day. But we need to overexpose by 2 stops to get rid of the noise. Sony says it has 14 stops of DR, but it really has about 12. Yeah, in video mode, I think it's like 13. It's not a lot. Overexposed by, I don't overexpose. I have not found, well, that's not true. I guess you're right. I mean, when video, I don't overexpose. But for photos, which the main reason I have that camera is for 8K time lapse, I do overexpose by 1 full stop. That is true. Yeah. It's interesting. Why is it that the Dragon sensor does not come in the Ranger body? Honestly, probably enough people haven't asked for it. Allie says, what's the best 8x8 frame other than Digital Juice? I have Digital Juice. Matthews makes a good one. Westcott makes a good one. There's a bunch of them out there. I like Matthews stuff. Why isn't the Dragon in the Ranger? You know what? Probably no one's asked. I bet if you ask, they'd do it for you. I don't know. I'm guessing they're thinking since Dragon is that one sensor, I think that Red, I don't know if Red wants to get rid of it, but I feel like it's that one sensor that they don't understand why it hangs around. And it hangs around because people freaking love it. I mean, of all the sensors I've shot with out in nature, which is one of my fun things to shoot and one of my favorite, I think the Dragon brings out nature better than most. Monstro does a pretty damn good job, but Dragon in nature is fantastic. Dragon on skin with the skin tone highlight OLPF, it's beautiful. And the Gemini is like 98% of that. Monstro is really good. Helium, I don't like helium that much. Okay, here's the elephant in the room. Airy versus Red. Right tool for the job, always. I mean, I like Red. I shoot Red. I'll shoot Airy. I don't care. I own a Red because Red does what I need it to do, and I bought this for my projects. If the Airy did what I needed it to do, I would have bought the Airy. This did more of what I needed, and so I bought it. When it comes to which one, right tool for the job, always. Also, how much budget you got in post. But yeah, Red. Let's see here. Mia, Red, yeah. More affordable, great fat image. You know, I have never heard the term fat as an image, but I can't really think of a better way to describe it. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Airy is better. Everyone agrees. Jamie, nobody likes you. Sean, Jamie, everyone. Not everyone. Ask Ridley or Fincher or Soderbergh. Yep. Let's see here. Wouldn't the low light of the Gemini probably be great and convenient tool for an indie film with budgetary? If you are struggling for light, sure, the Gemini can come in handy. If you're shooting at night, sure, the Geminis can come in real handy. For feature films, they have a light budget. They don't care. So I don't think the low light really matters. And if you look at, was it Phil Holland did that, that Alexa, the Alexa 4K compared to the Monstro, The Alexa in low light is pretty nasty. It is noisy. At 3200 ISO, my God, it was ugly. It was, ugh. My first S35 Canon Scarlett MX. Nice. I only shot with an MX cam one time. I can't say that I loved it. It had a particular look to it that, to me, it didn't ring my bell. I was seriously considering it. I mean, I was when I bought the HVX 200, I was trying to buy the red one, but they kept pushing it out. And I couldn't wait. And then the price kept going up and I couldn't afford it any longer. So I didn't get the red one. But I was looking at the MX versus the Dragon, and it was Phil Holland's Dragon video of, was he painting? He was painting the woman. And I was like, this is like one of the most gorgeous skin tones I've seen in a long time. So much good to drink. What would be the cheapest red camera to get anything DSMC1 and DSMC2? What would be the cheapest red camera to get? Well, if I were shooting for the cheapest red camera, I would probably go for the Scarlett W today. Second would be an Epic Dragon. The reason I go Scarlett W is right now there's still a trade-in program for it, which means you can trade up to a Dragon X from it. So it's still kind of a budget friendly. You can go up to 1600 ISO on the Dragon X. Yes. And I have at times, especially when I didn't realize I had or I had a lot less light than I could handle. I feel it gets noisy right at around 1200 or so, 1280. I start to notice it. I don't mind it at all. I mean, I have pulled 2500 ISO from it and dropped it down to 4K and just did a little bit of denoising there in Resolve. Yeah, it made it, no one noticed, I think, or maybe they did, they're just too polite. Put some neat video. I like neat video, but my God, is it slow. Oh man. Neat is great. I've used Neat for many, many years, but oh God, you feed it 6K. Oh, fat image comes from film days. Me's having enough density in the shadows. Nice. I like that. Learning a lot. Fat is exactly what Kevin says. Yep. See, I love my community. So useful. I'm going to use fat like crazy now. Dimmer works, but had to break. Oh, there we go. Okay, red gives you density. I like it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that shot from Back to the Future 1, where the young father goes, "You are my density." And that's what I'm going to use for all my red clips. Fastidious with gear also. Yep. Was there ever a major film that made it to theaters that you saw a glaring issue like noise, exposures? Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, Jamie. I get so self-conscious about everything that I do. I'll be like, oh crap, I bumped the camera. Oh crap, that I didn't get quite frame. Oh crap, I missed focus. I get so self-conscious on that. And then I'll look at films, like you go back like the last 25 years, 30 years and watch any film. There's so many errors in there. And my wife, she's getting really good at pointing them out too. And she points them out to me. She's like, see, no one cares. Do your stuff. And it's true. Red Raven is cheapest, most recent. The only problem with Red Raven is it is a dead end. You can't upgrade it. It's not physically the same as anything. And you're stuck at 4.5K. It is a great 4.5K camera. I definitely would say if that is the only thing you can buy, then buy it. Yeah, absolutely. It's great. Jamie says I would go 80D over red. Yeah, Jamie. Still has color science though. Yep, it does. And you can use IPP2 in post, which is amazing. I was talking to Phil the other day. I was just talking about how much I loved IPP2, and being able to put it in camera just woke me up. I still, going back, I mean, like right now I'm cutting my reel and I'm going back to some of my old footage that was shot with Epic Dragon. And I look at stuff that was shot with non-IPP2 and I pop IPP2 on it because you can do that. And I'm like, oh, it looks good. It fixes so many problems that I had. IPP2 is amazing. And you can use that with any red sensor. Fat, yeah. 600-pound sensor life. Like that. Airy cam life cycle is longer though, and they don't recycle their cams as fast as often as red. So the ROI is longer. However, the initial area investment is very high. That's true. But again, as I said, Airy, I think a lot of times is about budget in post. And just wanting a specific look that has already been delivered. I think red is for a painter. And I think an Airy is catered more towards a reproducer. I'm not hating on Airy because you can definitely get new looks out of Airy. But if you're going to make a copy of a copy, then I think an Airy is the painter who's copying that. I think that's what it's good for because you already have the masterpiece in front of you. There's a lot of art that went into it and you just want to represent it. I don't know if that's a good analogy. I like it. Thick digital negative. Yeah. I was editing some red Epic Dragon footage using IPP2. It was so cool. So did... I lost weight. Let's see. I love Grandpa. Great sound designer. I love my grandpa. Really? I didn't know that. I love sound design. Sound design is one of my favorite things. Sound design is one of those that you just keep adding. Just keep adding. You turn off the sound, you look at the picture, and you're like, oh, yeah, all right. I see a little cell phone in the back. Oh, there's a clock. Oh, it's an old manual clock. Let's put a tick, tick, tick in the back. I love it. Aria for artists. Red is for people who only like... Oh, Jamie, you're my favorite troll. You're the only troll I allow to stay on my channel because Jamie really doesn't mean it. Yes, I do. Watch him. All right. Wow, this has been an epic live stream. I wanna. Do I own a 416? I don't. I don't have a 416. I have SM57s. I have a Beta 52. I have a Rode NT1A. I used to have an NT1000. I used to have an NT2000. I used to have the NTK tube mic. I don't have a 416. I don't have a 421. There you go, Lucky. Come on, that deserves some laughter. There's a little bit of a delay here, but yeah, I did. I put the matte box on the, I use NTG and the NTG2 and the 416s we used way back because like they're industry standard. What's the other crap? Can't think of it. A lot of people use their little mics. The COS11D, that brand. They make a CSR2. I use that shotgun as well. Is nice. It's got a lot of good rejection in the rear. Do you run all your footage through Red Cine X first? Not necessarily. In fact, usually no. It depends. 10% of the time, maybe. But not always. Is that because I'm here? I want to see, yep, okay. I want to see Scott put a matte box on that Laowa lens. Buy one. All right. I'll put it on the list. My wife's not going to be happy. It's been a fat live stream. Yep. Going to go to sleep here in Europe. Good night. Good night, Michael. We love fat pictures. LO DPA and Sankins. There we go. Sankins CSR2. That is the one. I can't remember the name. I'm getting old. The stream kind of stinks. Unsubbed. Whatever, Jamie. You subbed twice. I know you did. Visual Paradise. When do you think the red Komodo 6K will be released? My guess is by March 31st. My guess. Here's where love you, Scott. Komodo comes out in 6 months, according to Jared and Red User. Did he post that recently? Because I was just reading through yesterday and I hadn't heard anything. The best that I heard was that it was likely before NAB. But yeah, I personally think either a month or two before NAB or just after NAB would be killer, because then everybody else has got their announcements and Komodo's destroyed it. So yeah. All right. I'm going to close this one out. Really, I do appreciate each and every one of you for joining this on this fantastic new 2020 live stream year. I appreciate you all hanging in there. This has been epic. Fantastic discussion. Milo, we'll speak soon. Yeah. Thank you all. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up, share it with all your friends, all that good stuff. And as always, as I like to leave it, don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions. Bye-bye. And end stream.